Oh, Your Honor, that attorney had called again. He was like, "Is this love?" I'm like, "Yes, this is love." He was like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?"
Oh my goodness.
But his people not on the list.
You're famous.
Yes.
Could you let council know that we're ready? We got files in that switch to camera 2, please.
Nobody feel.
Phil.
Every-
Yeah. Thank you.
I can go. Come on.
Thank you. Good morning. Yeah.
Your property tell you got an award.
How you doing, sir?
Good job. Well, thanks. Good morning. How are you?
All right. I got the ones that just got interviewed.
Okay,
So
thank
we're
you.
gonna do-
And Officer Crawford got an award this morning. He wanted me to share with everybody. Yay, Crawford.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations. Officer, thank you for letting me know. Just bring him out at your pleasure. It does not appear we have any retained counsel. So
Okay,
thank you.
We'll go pull the rest of the list. Give me 1 second.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Congratulations, Officer Crawford. What was that he was holding? Was that an award?
Stand for Black Line Signet. Donald Beauchamp.
Good morning.
Morning.
One moment. Are you ready, Counsel? Thank you. This is case. Hey, Mr. Beauchamp, state your full name, please.
Donald Curtis Beauchamp.
Thank you. And again, good morning. You're here for case 200611028, People's State of Michigan for Donald Curtis Beauchamp, also known as Donald Beauchamp, Donald Curtis Beauchamp. This is counsel. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jessica Gyro on behalf of the defendant, Donald Beauchamp, my client, was a formal reading understands his constitutional rights and stands mute.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading and plea of not guilty. Mr. Beauchamp, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference, sir. You must attend on Wednesday, October the 18th. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. That hearing, sir, will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing before you're released, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood?
Yes.
Not guilty is entered. Esteban.
Your Honor, my client is 32 years old, lifelong resident of Detroit. He does some concrete work. He did get his GED. He's not on probation or parole. He's got family ties, community ties. This is not assaultive, although serious, and respectfully ask the court to consider personal loss.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Beauchamp, this is a very serious allegation. It is non-assaultive. The court takes into consideration the information provided by your attorney, lack of capious history the court's aware of. The court considers the current epidemic facing the nation as well as your prior criminal convictions, the serious nature of this charge, which is very serious, sir, but non-assaultive, as well as employment status as stated as relates to ability to post bond and the information alleged in the investigator's report. Mr. Beauchamp, during this bond, sir, you are not to use any alcohol, no marijuana, and no illegal controlled substance, and not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that all understood?
Yes.
Thank you. And during this bond, sir, no contact with Jessica Clark. That means no contact of any kind. No contact orally in writing through a third person at Jessica Clark's residency, place of employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact with Jessica Clark during this bond. Is that understood?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. And given the information placed on the record as well as provided by counsel, bond on this matter will be set in the amount $7,000 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond, Mr. Beauchamp. Listen to the court, sir. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Gossett, Paul Gossett.
You. Good morning. Your name, please.
Paul Gossett.
Thank you, Mr. Gossett. You're here for case 200608878, People State of Michigan versus Paul Gossett. Sister Counsel.
Dr. Shab, on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Gossett, Your Honor, I just need to grab and
Take your time. 1 second, 1 moment, Mr. Gossett. Your counsel's grabbing information to help for your representation, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll go again. Your name one more time, Mr. Gossett.
Paul Gossett.
Thank you, and again, good morning. This is case 200608878, People State of Michigan versus Paul Gossett. Counsel.
Dr. Shab, on behalf of Mr. Gossett, who believes formal reading understands his constitutional rights and standing.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Gossett, the court scheduling a probable cause conference, sir, you must attend on Wednesday, October the 18th. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. That hearing, Mr. Gossett, will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time, understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
Your Honor, my client is 23 years old. He has no prior criminal convictions. He's a lifelong resident of Detroit. He's employed as a security guard. He did graduate high school. He's not on probation or parole. He has no priors, Your Honor. This is not assaultive, although serious, and respectfully ask the court to consider personal law.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Gossett, this is a very serious felony allegation. The court considers the lack of capious history or criminal conviction the court's aware of. You have ties to the community. The court's considering the current epidemic facing the nation. The information provided by your counsel, as well as the allegations set forth in investigator's report. Mr. Gossett, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Gossett, it's very important you listen to the court, sir, so you don't get locked up just for not listening. No weapons, and make sure you attend your Zoom hearing. For the reasons stated, bond will be set $7,000 personal bond. Good luck, Mr. Gossett.
Say name. Sean Snyder.
Okay. Sean Snyder. We don't have that file. I don't know. I apologize, officer. I should have said this once we started. I guess we don't have the files for number 13 or number 12 down yet. Madam Clerk is still preparing them. They should be brought in a moment. So Smith, number 12 down, we don't have files prepared yet. They should be brought in a moment. So if there's anybody on the first 12, we could bring.
All right, give me a minute. Let me see what I can go get.
Okay, thank you, officer. And I'll see if any of those files are ready. Love, do you want to go see if any of those files are ready? See it, talk to Claudia. You're the best. Thank you. Okay. Are you subcontracting it out?
Yeah.
You can if you like. Good morning. Your name, please.
Good morning, Jerron Evans.
Gerard Evans. Thank you. You ready on that matter, Council?
I'm sorry?
Gerard Evans.
Yes.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Evans. You're here for a couple of reasons, sir. We're going to get through them one at a time. First, have you had opportunity to read and understand an advice of rights form this morning?
No, sir.
I'm going to read you your rights, Mr. Evans. If you have any questions, just let the court know, okay? You have a right to remain silent, sir. Anything that you say orally or in writing can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have a right to an attorney, have one present during questioning and at all future proceedings. If you cannot afford an attorney, Mr. Evans, the court will provide you one at the public's expense. Did you hear and understand your rights, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Evans. First, we're going to handle some matters where you have warrants for your arrest at 36th District Court for failing to appear. On these matters, sir, you're going to be released on a personal bond, and the court scheduling a pretrial that you must attend Wednesday, November the 4th. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Ford. That hearing, Mr. Evans, will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time, understood?
Okay, can you repeat that one time? You say at 36th District, I'm doing the Zoom or I'm reporting at 36th?
Yes, and you'll get, that's correct. This hearing on November 4th will be heard via Zoom, and we'll get you information before you release from DDC. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing on November 4th. But it's your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Officer Miller. And just to let you know, DDC, they brought files in for 12, 13, and 14, so we do have Smith, Snyder, and Woods as well now. Mr. Evans, you're here for complaint U384-06417, Tuesday, March 28, 2017, violation of City Controlled Substance Code, alleged possession of marijuana. Bond is $200, personal bond. Complaint U230601115, Sunday, January 11, 2015. Entering a business numerous times after being asked to leave by the owner, and police trespassing near 3701 West Davidson. Bond is $1,000, personal bond. And ticket number 14546-879, November 1st, 2014, no operator's license on person. Bond's $1,000, personal bond. Mr. Evans, these allegations are all misdemeanor charges. They carry up to a $500 fine and or 93 days in jail as a maximum fine and penalty. Court will recall the warrant, set aside capias under plea of not guilty on each open matter. As a reminder, Mr. Evans, on those matters, the court is scheduling a pretrial date November 4th, 8:30, 36th District Court in front of Judge Ford, that will be heard as stated via Zoom. Mr. Evans, you have one additional matter, sir, and that's in regards to case 20045-213, People State of Michigan versus Jerron Vince Evans. Mr. Evans, your name one more time, sir.
Jerron Evans. Jerron V. Evans.
Thank you. And counsel, sister counsel.
Mr. Chairman, on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Evans, who waives formal reading and understands his constitutional rights, is Janice Mills.
Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Evans, the court scheduling a pretrial date on this matter on October the 9th, which is this Friday. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Bryant. Mr. Evans, on this matter, it will be heard via Zoom as well. If you're able to make bond, the officer will give you information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but it, again, is your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
Your Honor, my client is 25 years old. He has no priors. He's a lifetime resident of Detroit. He lives alone. He is employed, I believe, at a gas station, Your Honor. He's got great community ties. He's got family ties. This incident, although serious, Your Honor, it appears to be from April of this year. I believe my client has some time to cool down. He understands the no contact order. He understands what would happen if he violated that order. He wants to take care of all of this, Your Honor, given the pandemic as well. I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Evans, the court considers the information and advocacy provided by your counsel, who advocated well on your behalf, as always. Concerning to the court, sir, this is a very serious assaultive allegation. You have capious history regarding the matters that we just handled. That capious history on unrelated matters, Mr. Evans, gives concern to the court regarding your intention to appear as ordered on this matter, and that's concerning to the court. Also, the court considers the current epidemic facing the nation, your employment status as stated by counsel as it relates to the ability to post bond. The information alleged in the investigator's report is also very concerning regarding the alleged victim's safety. It's alleged, sir, that based on your actions, you assaulted the individual, which resulted in serious or aggravated injuries, which the court has concerns regarding that individual's safety. Mr. Evans, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon, and absolutely no contact with Jacqueline Yvette Williams. During this bond, Mr. Evans, no contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact, understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And based on the serious nature of this allegation, as well as the information alleged investigative report and the capious history, if you're able to make bond, you're to be fit with the GPS tether. For the reasons placed on the record, your bond is $3,010%. Good luck, Mr. Evans.
I have a quick question, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
This last incident you're talking about, I think I recall, I believe it happened at my place of business, at my work. So what happens if she...
It allegedly happened at or near 13330 Dexter Avenue. And then what was your question? What happens if she comes to your place of business?
Yes, that's where I work at.
Okay, well then you're to walk away, sir. You'd have no contact with Miss Evans and just walk away. Go maybe into the back, or don't have any contact with her, okay? So don't ask her to leave. Maybe contact the manager or somebody else that's a supervisor in the store and let them know that your position is that you can have no contact with this individual and do not have any contact if she enters your store. Go to a place or a location where it is away from Miss Williams, okay?
Okay, to inform you, I am the manager at my place of business, and I work night shifts by myself. So if she would...
Go.
Mr. Evans, I appreciate your concern, and so does the court. You just have a few days, hopefully, before you can resolve this matter. So just comply with the court order to the best that you can. If that's where you work, you can't control who comes in there. Just make sure if she comes in there, you just don't speak to her, you don't look at her, you just mind your own business, and that's it.
That's good information provided by your counsel, sir. You cannot control who comes into your place of business. The court's concerned, sir, just do not have any conversation with her. Do not speak with her. Don't reach out to her through any third party. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. But I was just saying because I work night shift, so if she comes in to purchase something from my store, I'm the only person there, so I would have to, I would have to conversate with her. Or maybe would it be best just to call the cops and have her escorted from the business? Or
Your Honor,
I just don't want to get in no trouble.
I don't want to get in no trouble. I'm hoping the situation doesn't happen, but if this is the local gas station that she goes to and he's the only clerk,
Is this a local?
He's gonna have to.
Is this a local gas station? Is this the closest place to her residency?
To my residency?
To her residency.
I'm not sure. That I couldn't tell you, but it's two gas stations on the corner. There's one right across the street from each other.
Okay, and the other one's open at the same hours as you?
Yes, sir.
Maybe politely ask her if she could frequent the other station, and that's all you should say to her, sir. Just during this bond, okay? So, and as counsel stated, you have a court date scheduled for this Friday. Any terms and conditions can be readdressed at that point in time. But just during this bond, sir, no contact. If she comes into your place of business, if you happen to be the only individual there and she's unable to pay without your assistance, just ask her if, just politely indicate that you are unable to have any contact with her and leave it at that, okay?
Yes, sir. I'm just asking. I just want to make sure because I ain't trying to get in no trouble. I didn't know anything about this.
Okay, that's understood. I appreciate the questions. Good luck, sir.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Good morning, counsel. No, ma'am. All right, we have about half of them. She's on the list and we do not. That's number 18. We have up through 13. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Good morning. Your name? You're welcome.
Shakir Muhammad.
Good morning, Mr. Muhammad.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Mr. Muhammad, you're here for case 200611029, People State of Michigan, for Sharik Muhammad, also known as Sharik Thaddeus Muhammad, Robert Horton, Sharik T. Muhammad, Kevin Davis, and Sharik Muhammad. Counsel.
I'm sorry, sir. It's Shakir.
I apologize, Shakir Muhammad. Thank you.
Just Your Honor, on behalf of the Senate, Mr. Muhammad will waive formal reading of the standard constitutional rights and stands removed.
Thank you. The court waive formal reading under a plea of not guilty. Mr. Muhammad, the court scheduling 2 court dates, sir, that you must attend them both. A probable cause conference is scheduled October the 14th, which is a Wednesday. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Wednesday, October 21st. Both at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Mr. Muhammad, both of those hearings will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for those hearings, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Not guilty. Please enter to Esteban.
Your Honor, my client is 49 years old. He's a lifetime resident of Detroit. He lived with his wife of 15 years and daughter. I believe his last hire is from 2010, Your Honor, so it's been about 10 years. He's got great family ties, community ties. He is employed at restaurant Depot. Doesn't do much there, but he does, gainfully employed. He did get his GED and some certificates. Your Honor, he does take medication for his foot that he had surgery on, Your Honor. I respectfully ask the court to consider a personal bond.
Thank you. Mr. Muhammad, these are very serious assaultive allegations, sir. The court considers your ties to the community, your employment status, as your counsel stated. The very concerning are these assaultive allegations, as well as your prior criminal convictions, which includes convictions, assault of nature, including but not limited to assault with intent to murder, a conviction. The court knows the age of that matter, October 6th of 1993. Also concerning, sir, is the allegations set forth in investigator's report, which is not limited to the assault of you allegedly began pouring gasoline on the alleged victim while she was in her home, and the information alleged in the investigator's report is concerning regarding her safety. The court takes consideration of current epidemic facing the nation, as well as your employment status as stated by counsel to relate the ability to post bond and the serious nature of these charges. Mr. Muhammad, during this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Do not go to the premises or area of 15800 Robeson Street, Detroit, Michigan, and absolutely no contact with Alicia Riley. No contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact, understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. And if you're able to make bond, you're to be fit with a GPS tether, given the concerns for that individual's safety as placed on the record. For the reasons stated, bond on this matter will be set in the amount.
Your Honor, if I may speak-
18,010%. Go ahead.
Your Honor, if I may ask for just a moment. Your Honor, I am currently highly regarded and employed
And if this court would please consider giving me the option of having a personal bond, I guarantee you fully and awarely that I will have no contact and honor everything that this court has asked. I just need to be there for my daughter and make sure that she's a special needs child. This court has my utmost respect, and I'm just begging you to give me that opportunity. 1,800 is a lot during this pandemic.
Mr. Muhammad, I appreciate the information. Go ahead.
Your Honor, respectfully, would the court consider a reduction? We had talked to Mr. Muhammad, if he wasn't able to get a personal bond, how much he'd be able to post, and I can tell you it's a lot less than that, Your Honor. I understand the court's concern, the community safety, although I don't believe that Mr. Muhammad is at flight risk, and I do believe he will comply with the no contact order. Would the court consider a bond reduction, Your Honor, if they're going to be ready to deny a personal bond?
Please, sir.
And also, this is very concerning, Ms. Muhammad. The court appreciates the information provided by you and counsel, but also there's a likelihood of conviction that's indicated that you uttered to officers without being questioned that you did throw gasoline at the location when you came back to fight. These are concerning allegations, Mr. Muhammad. They're just allegations, but based on the information placed on the record, that the prior criminal history, the nature of these charges, as well as the allegations set forth in the investigator's report and the concerns the court has, bond is set for the reasons stated.
Your Honor,
At 18,000, 10%. Yes, go ahead.
they say the only reason why gasoline was even through is because I had been jumped and I was just trying to get them away from me.
Mr. Muhammad, everything you say right now will be used against you. For your own protection, this is your attorney speaking. Please do not say anything. I do not want to go over the facts that will be used against you. For your own protection, please do not say anything.
All right. Anything further, counsel?
We'll make a courtesy call for you and try to have someone post bond for you, okay? Good luck, Mr. Muhammad.
Good luck, Mr. Muhammad.
What's my bond?
Mr. Vassal Johnson? We've had three people just join. Good morning, sir. How are you? What do you have an individual today, counsel?
Good. How are you doing, Judge? Yes, I have Tony
I'm well,
Taylor.
thanks. Tony Taylor?
Yes.
Okay, DDC, if you could just pause a moment, sir. We're going to handle counsel's matter. Thank you for your accommodation. Is Mr. Taylor present on Zoom, counsel?
Yes. Yes, he is.
Mr. Taylor, you need to sit stationary for us for a moment, sir, and then there we go. Thank you. Mr. Taylor, raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Your full name?
Tony Lanier Taylor.
Good morning, Mr. Taylor.
Good morning.
Mr. Taylor, you're here for case 200600257, People State of Michigan versus Tony Taylor, also known as Taylor Tony Lanier. Counsel?
Good morning, man. Please, I'm report Vassal Johnson, P 72130 on behalf of Mr. Taylor, who's present here today by Zoom. Wait for
I apologize, 72130?
72130, yes.
Thank you. And as to the arraignment?
Wait for more reading, stand mute.
Thank you, counsel. Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Taylor, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference, sir. You must attend on Wednesday, October the 28th. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Taylor, that hearing will be heard via Zoom. That's similar to what you're using today, Mr. Taylor. It will not be the same courtroom. You'll get information on how to connect. Your counsel should provide that to you, but it's your responsibility to connect October 28th at 8:30 via Zoom in front of Judge Giles, 36th District Court. Is that understood, Mr. Taylor?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Not guilty is entered as to the bond, counsel.
Judge set bond. This was on a writ on September 8th, 5,000, 10%. It was posted. I just asked that it be continued. He's retained counsel, same day. Family friend, number of years, not a flight risk at all. Just asked the bond be continued.
And are you aware of any prior allegations or capious history, counsel?
No, Your Honor. Prior, he has, I pulled his iChat. He has 2 traffic matters on his iChat.
Okay, but nothing assaultive or that you're aware of?
No, not at all, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Taylor, this is a very serious allegation, sir. It is a non-assaultive allegation. The court considers the advocacy provided by your attorney, who's done very well, as always, advocating on your behalf. You have ties to the community. The court considers the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as the nature of this charge and the information alleged in the investigator's report. Mr. Taylor, during this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Taylor, it's very important you listen to the court as well as your counsel. Make all court dates, no weapons, so you don't get locked back up just for not listening to the court. Make sense?
Oh, no, I'll listen.
Okay, Mr. Taylor, no weapons, sir. And given the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as the information provided by your counsel, bond on this matter will be set $7,000 personal bond. It's going to be a personal bond, counsel. So regarding your intern bond, you can address that appropriately. Understood?
Appreciate that, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything further, counsel?
Nothing for, question.
Good
Can
luck,
Mr. Taylor
Mr. Taylor. Good luck, counsel.
One question, Your Honor. Can Mr. Taylor go to the bond window and get his refund on his bond?
I don't know where he posted it or who he posted it through. That's going to be something that wherever he posted, whatever agency that he posted it with, he needs to contact them and they'll give them information.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right.
You're welcome,
Thanks.
counsel. Good luck, sir. You're welcome, sir. Good luck. And thank you, DDC. I appreciate it. Somebody, one more moment. Somebody connected from an iPhone. Who is that?
Youngblood, sir.
What's your name, sir?
Christian Youngblood.
Thank you, Mr. Youngblood. Do you have an attorney, sir?
Yes, I do. I spoke with Miss Reganova today.
You got the sheet. Okay, DDC, I appreciate how quick you guys are, but if you could give us one more moment, we're ready on this individual on the iPhone. I thank you. Mr. Youngblood, could you state your full name, please?
Christian Kale Youngblood.
Thank you. And again, good morning, Mr. Youngblood. Sir, you're here for case 200599142, People's State of Michigan versus Christian Kale Youngblood, also known as Christian Kale Youngblood. Counsel.
Judge Bishop, on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Youngblood, who waives formal reading and understands his constitutional rights and stands to me.
Thank you. For a waive formal reading under plea of not guilty, Mr. Youngblood, the court scheduling a probable cause hearing, sir, that you must attend on Wednesday, October the 28th. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. Mr. Youngblood, that hearing will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology, similar like you're using today. It's your responsibility to connect in front of Judge Jones at 8:30 a.m., October 28th via Zoom at the 36th District Court. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Not guilty plea is entered court. Waive formal reading as to the bond.
Your Honor, my client is 38 years old. He's a lifelong resident of Detroit. He is employed with American Express. He's over appliances, Your Honor. He's not on probation or parole. He does take medication for high blood pressure. Your Honor, I would just for the record like to state that Mr. Youngblood's hearing today was scheduled for 11:05 again, and I believe that's the exact time he came on. So I don't believe, he's at flight risk. I'm confident he will make his next court appearance via Zoom on time, just like we did today, Your Honor. I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond.
Thank you, Sister Counsel. Mr. Youngblood, did you post a bond to be released? Were you ever in custody on this matter?
Yes, I was, Your Honor. You gave me a personal bond. I was locked up.
I did?
I was locked up in a detention center for 3 days, and they just released me.
Okay, but you never seen a judge or a magistrate and never, this is your first time in court regarding this? You didn't have to post any money, they just released you, that's correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Youngblood, if the court considers the information provided by counsel, and if the court considers continuing you and placing you on a personal bond, it's your intention to listen to all of the court's orders? Is that what you're telling the court?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Youngblood. These are very serious allegations, sir. They are non-assaultive. The court takes into consideration your prior criminal history, as well as the information provided by counsel, employment status as relates to ability to post bond, as well as the current epidemic facing the nation. The court read and considered the investigator's report, as well as the information alleged in the complaint and the nature of these charges. Mr. Youngblood, during this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Given the information placed on the record, your bond will be set $12,000 personal bond. Mr. Youngblood, listen to the court, sir. No weapons, and make sure and attend that Zoom hearing on time in front of Judge Jones on October 28th at 8:30 so you don't get locked back up just for not listening. Make sense, Mr. Youngblood?
Yes, it does, Your Honor.
Good luck, sir. I hope it works out well for you. Thank you for appearing on time. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, DDC. We may have to break in a moment for MDOC. They're supposedly calling us, but thank you for, we'll get through what we can. Good morning. Your name, please.
Sean Snyder.
Thank you, Mr. Snyder. And good morning, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor.
One second. You say Sean Snyder?
Yes, Sean, yes.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Mr. Snyder, you're here for case 200600895, People State of Michigan versus Sean Elliott Snyder, counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Cheryl on behalf of the Attorney Snyder, who will call the lead on this.
Thank you, Sister Counsel. Court waive formal reading and their plea of not guilty. Mr. Snyder, the court scheduling a probable cause conference, sir, you must attend on October the 28th. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Mr. Snyder, that hearing will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Not guilty. Please enter it as a bond.
Your Honor, my client is 30 years old. He's a lifetime resident of Detroit. He has no priors. He lives with his parents right now. So he's got great family ties, community ties. He's a graduate of Ferndale High School. He got his bachelor's at Wayne State in art, science, and film. According to my client, Your Honor, he was shooting a feature film. That's where he caught this charge. So he's filming and they charged him with it. He does have original, Your Honor. He is employed at an auto supply company. He's been there for 3 years, Your Honor. I do not believe he's a flight risk. He's got great ties. I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond. This incident appeared in August, Your Honor.
Thank you for all that information, counsel. Mr. Snyder, the court considers all the positive advocacy as always provided by your counsel, the current epidemic facing the nation, your employment status as it relates to ability to post bond. This is a very serious charge, Mr. Snyder, but it is a non-assaultive allegation. The court's unaware of any capious history or criminal convictions in the past. The court notes your current ties to the community as well as employment status as it relates to ability to post bond and, as stated, the current epidemic facing the nation. Mr. Snyder, it's very important you listen to the court, sir, so you don't get locked back up just for not listening. And during this bond, Mr. Snyder, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that understood? No weapons.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Snyder. For those reasons, you'll be released today on this allegation on a $5,500 personal bond. Make sure and attend the Zoom hearing on the 28th of October, sir. Good luck, Mr. Snyder.
Thank you.
You're welcome. MDOC, they're supposed to call us in at 11. Young, but you mean by Vassal? Yep, I put his P number on the sticky on the front. No.
Youngblood went through.
Not retained, no. No, ma'am. The other one was retained, Tony Taylor, and I put the P number on the front of it. Thank you, Counsel. Do you know if they're calling us? You don't know. Love, would you call and see if they can call us on these ones? Thank you. Good morning. Your name, please.
Riyadh Sergeant.
Salter is your last name, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Salter. Good morning. Mr. Salter, you're here for a couple of reasons. We're going to get through them one at a time, so please listen closely. Mr. Salter, did you have an opportunity today to read, sign, and understand an advice of rights form?
No.
No, that's okay, Mr. Salter. I'll read you your rights, sir. If you have any questions, just let me know. You have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say orally or in writing can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. Have one present during questioning and at all future proceedings. If you cannot afford an attorney, sir, the court will provide you one at the public's expense. Did you hear and understand your rights?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Salter. First, we're going to handle some matters, sir. We have warrants for your arrest for failing to appear at the 36th District Court. You're going to be released on these allegations on a personal bond, and the court is scheduling a pretrial date. You must attend Thursday, November the 5th. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court, in front of Judge Christopher Blount. That hearing on the 5th, sir, will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing before you're released, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Understood? Thank you. And this is in regard to ticket number 197000586, occurred on or about October 30th of 2019. Count 1, no operator's license in possession. Count 2, no insurance on a 2013 Dodge. Your bond is $200, personal bond. These two allegations, Mr. Salter, are both misdemeanor charges that carry up to a $500 fine and or 93 days in jail as a maximum fine and penalty. Court will recall your warrant, set aside capias, enter plea of not guilty on each open matter. As a reminder, Mr. Salter, on those allegations, sir, there is a Zoom hearing scheduled that you must attend November the 5th, which is Thursday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Christopher Blount. And you're getting a personal bond on those matters, sir. Make sure you attend that Zoom hearing. Understood?
Understood, Your Honor.
Thank you. And Mr. Salter, you are also here, case number 200595222, People's State of Michigan versus Grace Salter. Counsel.
Mr. Shriver, on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Salter, who waives formal reading, understands his constitutional rights, and stands mute.
Thank you, counsel. And Mr. Salter, your name one more time, please.
Riyadh Salter.
Thank you, sir. The court waived formal reading and plea of not guilty. The court scheduling two court dates on these allegations. You must attend them both. Probable cause conference scheduled Thursday, October 15th. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Thursday, October 22nd. Both 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Both of these hearings will be heard via Zoom, Mr. Salter, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for those hearings before you're released, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Understood, Your Honor.
Thank you. Not guilty, please entered as the bond.
Your Honor, my client is 21 years old. He has no priors. He's a lifetime resident of Detroit. He lives with his fiance and his two children. He's got great family ties, community ties. He was employed at the Detroit Yacht Club before the pandemic. Unfortunately, due to that, he's unemployed at this time of the proposed term. This incident appears to be from June of this year, so it does have a little bit of age to it. I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond.
Thank you, says counsel. Mr. Salter, the court considers the advocacy provided by your counsel. You have ties to the community, your employment status as stated as relates to lack of employment status as relates to the ability to post bond. Court also considers the current epidemic facing the nation. Very concerning to the court, Mr. Salter. These are serious assaultive allegations. You have a capious history that concerns the court, Mr. Salter, that demonstrates that you do not appear as ordered on unrelated matters, and that gives the court concern regarding your intention to appear and handle this matter as ordered. Also very concerning are the allegations set forth in the investigator's report, which can include a presence of threats on individuals' lives, and that's concerning regarding the safety of those individuals as well as the public at whole. During this bond, Mr. Salter, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and absolutely no contact with Michelle Dorsey and no contact with Tracy Dorsey. No contact, sir, means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with either Michelle or Tracy Dorsey. Understood?
Understood, Your Honor.
Thank you. And based on the presence of threats and the information placed on the record, if you're able to make bond as well as your capious history, you're to be fit with a GPS tether. For the reasons stated, your bond on this matter set in the amount $5,010 based on a lack of employment status.
Your Honor, with the court respectfully, consider a reduction, he did have the job before the pandemic, he was trying to do everything right, but due to the pandemic, which is not in his control, he is unemployed. So I'd hate for him to sit there because he can't afford bond, Your Honor.
Okay, and the court started at a personal bond, and then we handled his capious history, and he's demonstrated that in the past that he fails to appear on unrelated matters. Also, there's allegations of threats on individual's life, more than in one individual it appears, and that's concerning regarding the safety of the public. And these are assaulted allegations, and the court has concerns for the reasons placed on the record, and the bond is set for those reasons appropriately at 5,000, 10%. And the court did consider his lack of employment status. Thank you, counsel. Excuse me? Yep. Good luck, Mr. Salter. What do you want? Sierra Taylor.
It's only 5 o'clock. Huh? Hold on, you might be leaving. The other officer.
Counsel, are you just reviewing those is all you want to do? Oh, you're fine. You're fine. You're welcome. Good morning. Your name, please. Excuse me?
Mark.
They're not answering? Okay, one moment. Officer Love just attempted to call MDOC on the hearing scheduled at 11 o'clock. It's 11:16, and you say that they failed to answer?
And I called both numbers.
And you called both numbers officer provided?
And Your Honor, I'm not sure if we've been able to make contact with them as well to interview, because we were supposed to call at 10:30 with trying, but I kind of asked co-counsel if he's been able to make any contact.
Okay, so you as well, counsel, I appreciate that information. I've been trying to contact MDOC since 10:30, and you're unable as well to contact? Thank you, counsel, for that information. And I apologize, sir, your name one more time?
Mark Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Good morning.
Mark.
You're welcome, counsel. Thank you. Mr. Smith, you're here before the court on case number 200599921, People State of Michigan versus Mark Edward Smith. Counsel.
Dr. Child, on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Smith, who waived formal reading of the defendant's constitutional rights and standing.
Thank you, counsel. The court waive formal reading, enter plea of not guilty. Mr. Smith, the court will get to the court dates in a moment as to bond.
Your Honor, my client is 48 years old. She's a lifetime resident of Detroit. She has no priors. He lives with his mom. He was employed at a collision shop before the pandemic, Your Honor. He is a grad of Henry Ford Community College and got some certificates, but unfortunately due to the pandemic, he's unemployed at this moment. This incident appears to have been from June 2020. He has a broken rib. Your Honor, I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond. You understand the no contact order. You understand the consequences of violating the no contact order. I do not believe he's at flight risk. I understand these are very serious charges. However, they are allegations at this point. So I'm asking for a personal bond or what the court finds reasonable here, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel, for that advocacy, which the court takes into consideration. The information provided by your attorney, Mr. Smith, and the court will waive formal and not guilty plea and is scheduling 2 court dates, sir, that you must attend them both. Probable cause conference will be scheduled Thursday, October 15th. Mr. Smith, you have a right to a preliminary examination the following Thursday, October 22nd, both at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. Mr. Smith, both of those hearings will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for those hearings before you're released, but it is your responsibility to connect on time, understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Smith, the court considers the current epidemic facing the nation. You have ties to the community, the lack of capious history or criminal convictions the court's aware of. The court considers these allegations, which are very serious assaultive allegations against numerous victims, allegedly, as well as the nature and information alleged in the investigator's report, which is very concerning regarding the safety of those individuals. The court notes the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as counsel's information placed on the record, including but not limited to employment status as relates to the ability to post bond. Mr. Smith, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon Do not go to the premises or area of 60311 Rosemont, Detroit, Michigan. Understood? Is that a yes? Understood?
Yes, sir. That's on it.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. And during this bond, there's no contact with Miguel Steiger, Stiger, and no contact with Katrina Taylor. No contact with either of those individuals mean no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact, understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. And if you're able to make bond based on the allegations that set forth the investigator's report and the concerns the court has regarding the safety of the alleged victims, you're to be fit with the GPS tether. Bond for the reasons placed on the record is $7,510. Good luck, Mr. Smith. Good luck, sir. Unless you got any questions.
Hey, sir, my name is Mr. Devontae Woods.
Good morning, Mr. Woods. Mr. Woods, you're here for a couple of reasons, sir. We're going to get through them one at a time. I'm going to read you your rights, sir. If you have any questions, let me know, okay?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Woods, you have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say orally or in writing can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney, have one present during questioning and at all future proceedings. If you cannot afford an attorney, Mr. Woods, the court will provide you one at the public's expense. Did you hear and understand your rights, sir?
Yes, sir.
First, Mr. Woods, thank you. We're going to handle a couple of warrants that you have for your arrest for failing to appear at 36th District Court on misdemeanor allegations. You're going to be released on a personal bond on these matters, Mr. Woods, and the court scheduling a pretrial date on November the 4th, which is a Wednesday, that you must attend at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Davis. That hearing will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. On this allegations, Mr. Woods, you're here for complaint U681-16910. Took place on about Saturday, September 25th, 2010. Entering a vacant dwelling without written authorization of the owner, Addermere 10039 Mansfield. Bond is $300. Personal bond. Case number U54117109, October 20th, 09. Disorderly conduct near Grand River in Winthrop. Your bond is $300 personal bond. Mr. Woods, these allegations are misdemeanor charges, sir, that carry up to a $500 fine and or 93 days in jail as a maximum fine and penalty. Court will recall your warrant, set aside capias, enter plea of not guilty on each open matter. As a reminder, Mr. Woods, you're being released on a personal bond, and you have a Zoom hearing on these allegations November the 4th, Wednesday, 8:30, 36th District Court in front of Judge Davis. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You're here for one additional matter. Place your name on the record again, Mr. Woods.
Devontae Clarence Woods.
Thank you. And you are here for 200608883 People State of Michigan versus Devontae Clarence Woods, also known as Jackson Dion Clarence. Counsel.
Testify on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Woods, who waives formal reading of this and constitutional rights.
Thank you, counsel. A court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Woods, on these allegations, sir, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference that you must attend on Wednesday, October the 28th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. That matter, Mr. Woods, as well as your prior allegations, will be heard via Zoom, off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for the hearing. Again, it is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that all understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Woods. Not guilty plea is entered on your behalf, Sister Counsel as to bond.
Your Honor, my client is 28 years old. He lives with his girlfriend and child. I believe he hasn't had any trouble since 2012. He did, he got a certificate. Your Honor, he did complete up to his 11th grade. He has asthma, ADHD, spinal issues, he's on medication. that, Your Honor, this incident appears to be from June, so there's a little bit of age to it. Given the pandemic as well, I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond.
Thank you, Counselor. Mr. Woods, these are very serious felony allegations, sir. It's very important you listen to the court. And not only showing up to court, as you have demonstrated you failed to do in the past. And the court takes that into consideration, your capious history. It concerns the court if the court were to release you on a personal bond on these matters, you would do the same as you have demonstrated in the past and not show up to court. And what happens in Mr. Woods when you fail to show up to court? You possibly get locked up just for not showing up. So that does not make any sense, does it? You got to show up to court so you don't get locked up just for simply not showing up. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Woods, the court considers your capious history, the criminal allegations before the court, which are serious non-assaultive allegations, your prior criminal conviction, as well as your ties to the community, your lack of employment status, as counsel says, relates to ability to post bond. Court considers the information provided by your counsel, as well as the alleged investigators report and the current epidemic facing the nation. For those reasons, sir, during this bond, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. No weapons, understood?
Yes, sir.
Your bond is $7,000 personal bond. Mr. Wood, you're getting a personal bond on all of the allegations before the court. Make sure and listen to the court and show up, follow the orders so you don't get locked back up just for not listening. I hope it works out for you, Mr. Woods. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, sir. You too, sir.
You're welcome. I appreciate it.
Do you want 15 or 16?
I think we have all of the files. Yep. Thanks for asking. I think we have all the files. I'm not sure about counsel's interviewing, but we have them all. Thanks for asking. Good morning. Your name?
Romeo Evans.
Thank you, Mr. Evans. And sir, you're here for case 20060-846, People State of Michigan versus Romeo Isaac Evans, Assistant Counsel.
Dr. Starr, on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Evans, who waived formal reading and constitutional rights.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Evans, the court is scheduling a probable cause hearing, sir. You must attend Wednesday, October the 28th. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. That hearing, Mr. Evans, will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing before you're released, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Understood.
Thank
you. Not guilty is entered as the bond counsel.
Your Honor, my client is 21 years old, lifetime resident of Detroit. He lives with his mom. He's got family ties, community ties. He was employed at a DSM plant. However, that was before the pandemic, Your Honor. Your Honor, I believe Mr. Evans turned himself in. He walked into the precinct yesterday. So I do not believe he's at flight risk. If he's not assaulted, I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Evans, this is a very serious felony allegation, sir, but it is a non-assaultive allegation. The court considers the information provided by your counsel, the employment status as relates to ability to post bond, the current epidemic facing the nation. Mr. Evans, the court's unaware of any past criminal convictions or capious history. The court considers the current epidemic facing the nation as well as the allegations alleged in the investigator's report. During this bond, Mr. Evans, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Is that understood, sir?
Understood.
For those reasons, Mr. Evans, you will be released on a $7,000 personal bond. Mr. Evans, make sure and listen to the court. Good luck, sir. I hope it works out for you. Make sure and attend the Zoom hearing, sir, 28th of October.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Good luck. You doing okay down there? Good morning, your name?
Grant.
I apologize, you broke up just a little bit. Your name again?
James Grant.
Thank you, Mr. Grant, and good morning, Mr. Grant. Sir, you're here before the court on case 2006132, People State of Michigan versus James Allen Grant. Counsel.
Just to try to be taxed to the defendant, Mr. Grant, who waived formal reading understands the constitutional right and stands.
Court waive formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court dates in a moment as to bond.
Your Honor, my client is 26 years old, lifelong resident of Detroit. He has no prior criminal convictions. He has some college, Your Honor. Unfortunately, he's unemployed due to the pandemic, even though he has college credit. He's not on probation or parole. He's got family ties, community ties, although very serious, Your Honor, in his allegations at this point. Respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond.
Mr. Grant, these are very serious felony allegations as well as a misdemeanor allegation. It's very important you listen to the court in all aspects, Mr. Grant, so you don't get locked up just for not listening. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Grant, during the court is scheduling a court date, you must attend a probable cause conference on Wednesday, October the 28th. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. That hearing, Mr. Grant, will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing before you're released, but it is your responsibility to connect for that hearing on time. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Grant, the court considers the advocacy provided by your counsel, the lack of capious history or criminal history the court's aware of. Court considers the current epidemic facing the nation. It appears you have ties to the community. Court considers the employment status as it relates to ability to post bond as well as the allegations set forth in the investigator's report. But for those reasons, Mr. Grant, during this bond and the serious nature of these matters, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or dangerous weapon, no weapons, and you're not to go to the premises or area of 14421 Marlow, Detroit, Michigan. Understood? Do not go to that premises or area.
Yes.
And Mr. Grant, during this bond, you're to have no contact with Dwyler Hooker and no contact with Sidney Cheatham. No contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact with Dwyler Hooker or Sidney Cheatham. Understood?
Yes.
And Mr. Grant, if the court were to release you on a personal bond with those conditions, or you have any issue with complying with all conditions, no contact with the location or those individuals, and you're making the court date, is there any issue with any of that?
No, sir.
Mr. Grant, given the information placed on the record, the epidemic facing the nation, as well as the allegations set forth in the investigator's report and the nature of these charges, your bond is set $10,000 personal bond. Mr. Grant, you're being released on a personal bond. Make sure and listen to the court so you don't get locked back up for not listening. Good luck, sir. He has one court date, October 28th, Wednesday, 8:30 in front of Judge Jones.
Stand on the black man saying.
Good morning, your name, please. I apologize, you broke up.
Andrew Lee George.
Thank you, Mr. George, and good morning, sir. Mr. George, you're here for a couple of reasons. We'll get through them one at a time, so please listen closely. Mr. George, first I'm going to read you your rights, sir. If you have any questions, just let the court know, okay? So Mr. George, you have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say orally or in writing can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney, have one present during questioning and at all future proceedings. If you cannot afford an attorney, Mr. George, the court will provide you one at the public's expense. Did you hear and understand your rights?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. George. First, we're going to handle some matters. We have warrants for your arrest, misdemeanor charges for failing to appear at the 36th District Court. On these matters, Mr. George, you will be released on a personal bond, and the court scheduling a pretrial date you must attend on November the 4th, which is a Wednesday. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Langston. Mr. George, that hearing will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing before you're released, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. George, you're here for the following matters. Ticket number 330944, August the 19th, 2018. Allegations count 1, no operator's license in possession. Your bond is $200, personal bond. Ticket number SE 332572, February the 11th, 2012, count 1. Driveway license suspended, count 2. Improper use of registration, bond is $400, personal bond. And ticket number SP 1062652, February 3rd, 2020, count 1. Drive unregistered or untitled vehicle, count 2. Driveway license not valid or improper license, count 3. Improper plates, bonds $300, personal bond. Mr. George, these allegations are all misdemeanor charges. They carry up to a $500 fine and or 93 days in jail as a maximum fine and penalty. Court will recall your warrant, set aside the capious, and plead not guilty on each open matter. On those allegations, Mr. George, as a reminder, sir, you have a Zoom hearing pretrial date scheduled November the 4th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Langston. Mr. George, you have an additional matter. Please state your name one more time for the record.
Andrew Lee George.
Thank you, Mr. George. Again, and good morning. This is in regard to case 200599093, People State of Michigan versus Andrew Lee George, also known as Andrew Glover, Sam Lee Glover, Andrew George, Sam Glover, Andrew L. George, Jeffrey Williams. Counsel.
Jessica Sharp on behalf of the defendant, Mr. George, who waives formal reading, understands his constitutional rights and stands mute.
Court will waive formal reading on our plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court dates in a moment as to bond.
Your Honor, my client is 58 years old. He's a lifetime resident of Detroit. His last conviction, I believe, was 15 years ago and was not assaulted. He is unemployed due to the pandemic, but he works on cars when he can to make a little bit of money, but that's been slow, Your Honor. He is a graduate of Northeastern High School, and he got a certificate in auto tech. This appears to have been from July of this year, Your Honor. He does take medication for high blood pressure. And I believe Your Honor, I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond. He's got, community ties, given his age and his medical condition and the pandemic. I don't believe he's at flight risk. I don't think he's a risk of danger to the community. So I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond.
Thank you, counsel. And the court is concerned regarding Mr. George's being a possible flight risk given his capious history. And that concerns the court, Mr. George. When you demonstrate to the court on a number of matters that you failed to appear, even unrelated, it gives the court concern regarding your intention to appear and handle this matter as ordered. Also very concerning to the court, Mr. George, these are very serious allegations. The court notes that your convictions and the nature of those felony convictions, including but not limited to an escape from prison conviction May 16th of '88, also concerning to the court regarding his intention to appear given his conviction of escaping from prison as well as his capious history. The court has concerns about his intention to follow the court's orders and appear as ordered. The court notes he has ties to the community, as well as the court takes into consideration the employment status as stated by counsel as it relates to ability to post bond, as well as the current epidemic facing the nation, the serious nature of these charges, as well as the allegations set forth in the investigator's report. The allegations indicate, sir, that not only did you allegedly set fire to a location, but it was at the time, it appears, a parent and 9 children were in the house at the time that you allegedly set fire to the property, and that was not even the entire family, it appears. But it's very concerning that those large amount of individuals, especially, and can take into consideration the 9 children, appear to be at the home during this allegation. Mr. George, the court notes the current epidemic facing the nation. During this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Do not go to the area or premises of 18102 Russell, Detroit, Michigan. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you have to absolutely no contact with Ivan Holman and absolutely no contact with Farhana Haskett. No contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with either individual. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
And based on the information placed on the record, your KPS history, prior criminal conviction, as well as the allegations set forth in investigators report, you're to be fit with a GPS tether prior to being released if you're able to make bond. For those reasons, bond on this matter will be set in the amount $17,010%.
Your Honor,
Good luck, Mr. George. Yes. Go ahead. Yep. You have a question?
on this case, what I had with this drug case, I was calling the court, and every time I only talk to the
What drug case,
attorney
Mr.
one
George? I
time.
don't want to cut you off, sir, but what drug case are you speaking of? I don't see a drug case.
Mr. George, everything you say is gonna be used against you, so please keep that in mind, it's being recorded.
You have a drug case? You want to tell me about it? Or
It
no?
was an
It's
old
up-
case.
What's your question
And I
about
was-
it, Mr. George, if any?
Yeah,
I wasn't cases on the drug.
I believe he thinks that's why he's KPS, Your Honor. He doesn't.
Mr. George, I'll try to answer your question, but if you have any questions, let me know. I'd apologize to cut you off, counsel. We handled your KPS history on misdemeanor allegations, and those were no drug-related allegations. They're traffic-related misdemeanor charges. And then the allegations before the court today are second-degree arson and arson preparation to burn real property and habitual notice, fourth offense notice. No, I don't see any allegation of any drug-related crimes before the court this morning. Does that answer your question?
Right. Yes.
Okay, good luck, Mr. George.
All right.
Thank you, counsel. So I don't know what we want to do with these. Sister counsel's called a couple since 10:30. Officer Love's called on them, and they're not answering. Thank you. If you happen to get in touch with them, would you let us know, sister? Thank you. Good morning. Your name, please.
Anthony Simmons.
Thank you, Mr. Simmons. Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Simmons. You're here for case 2006134, People State of Michigan versus Anthony Dion Simmons.
Just on behalf of the Mr. Simmons, who waits for a reading of his constitutional rights and standing.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Simmons, the court is scheduling a probable cause hearing, sir. You must attend October the 28th. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Mr. Simmons, that will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology similar to what we're using today. You'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing before you release, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Simmons. Not guilty. Please enter sister counsel as to the bond.
Your Honor, my client is 24 years old, lifelong resident of Detroit. He has no prior criminal convictions. He is employed at New Image. He just graduated high school, Your Honor. I believe he resides with his mom, family ties, community ties. A little serious, Your Honor, he's been running assaulted on respectfully, and of course, you consider personal bond.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Simmons, these are very serious allegations that they are non-assaultive. The court considers the positive advocacy as always provided by your counsel, who has done a good job advocating on your behalf, Mr. Simmons, which in the court includes the current, takes into consideration your ties to the community, the current epidemic facing the nation, employment status as stated as it relates to ability to post bond. The court's unaware of any capious history or criminal convictions. Mr. Simmons, it appears you do not have a valid driver's license. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so during this bond, Mr. Simmons, and anytime you do not have a valid license, there's to be no driving. Is that understood?
Yes,
But
sir.
as an order of this court, during this bond, there's to be no driving, period. And also, based on the information alleged in the nature of these charges, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. No weapons. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
And given the information placed on the record provided by counsel, bond on this matter set $7,000 personal bond. You being released on a personal bond, Mr. Simmons. Listen to the court in all aspects. If you fail to listen, even so much as driving a vehicle, that's a violation of the bond, and you're likely to get locked up just for not listening to the court. Very important you listen to the court. And good luck, Mr. Simmons.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I'll see you in the female side, sir.
We don't have a, oh, yeah, that was a Division 1. Appreciate it. Thank you. We'll meet you on the female side. officer. Could you call Division 1 and have them call us on that one? Whenever they can get ready. Appreciate you. Thank you, Officer. Why didn't you get an award? I want to nominate you. Officer Crawford got an award. What's that? I don't know. She's got a picture of him standing there with his award. And I recognized him on the record, and everybody cheered and clapped, and he cried a little bit, tears. Most of that's a lie, but we did acknowledge him on the record. Thank you, Officer Love. And have you interviewed Eugene Conley at Division 1 Sister Council? Eugene Conley, he's number 20. He's at Division 1. Oh, okay. Sorry. Here, could you, Officer Love, could you give her this, please? And he's number, yeah, it's number 20 on the bottom. And he's at Division 1. Maybe you could give that to Phil. Thank you. Claudia, I stocked up on your cheese, and I've been seeing you've been eating these fruit cups. So I got fruit cups. I got pear, peach, and orange, and I got a stack of those all in my refrigerator. So, do you need any cheese snacks or fruit or both or whatever? I'll get you a sandwich. Finish up. Good morning. Your name, please.
Good morning, Jewel.
I apologize. Could you state your name one more time, please?
Jewel Greer.
Good morning, Miss Greer.
Good morning.
Thank you. You're here for case 2006133, People State of Michigan versus Jewel Tiana Greer, also known as Jewel Tiana Greer. Assistant Counsel.
Justice, I on behalf of the defendant, Ms. Greer, who waives formal reading of the stand for constitutional rights and standing.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Ms. Greer, the court scheduling a probable cause conference, ma'am, that you must attend on Wednesday, October the 28th. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Ms. Greer, that hearing will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology similar to what we're using today. So you will not be coming to the actual building of 36th District Court. It'll be via Zoom. And that's information that you'll get from DDC before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time for that Zoom hearing, understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
Your Honor, my client is 31 years old, lifelong resident of Detroit, has no prior criminal convictions, is unemployed due to the pandemic, is with GED, does take medication for her diabetes. I'm requesting the court to consider a personal bond as non-assaultive.
Thank you. Ms. Greer, this is a very serious felony allegation, but it is non-assaultive. The court takes into consideration the information provided by your counsel. You have ties to the community. It appears that you have no capious history or criminal convictions that the court's aware of. Court takes into consideration employment status as counsel states relates to the ability to post bond as well as the current epidemic facing the nation. Ms. Greer, during this bond, ma'am, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. No weapons, understood?
Yes, sir.
Given the information, alleged investigators report the serious nature of this charge, lack of criminal convictions, or capious history, your bond is set $7,000 personal bond. And during this bond, as stated, no firearms or weapons. Ms. Greer, you're being released on this matter. Make sure and listen to the court so you don't get locked up for not listening. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, Ms. Greer. Good morning, your name?
Sierra Taylor.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor. One moment, your attorney is coming back into court, ma'am. You ready on Ms. Taylor, counsel? Thank you. You have two matters, man. We'll handle them one at a time. First, you're here for case 1804528, People State of Michigan versus Sierra Taylor.
Justice Shaw, on behalf of the defendant, Ms. Taylor, will waive formal reading and extend her constitutional rights to stand.
Thank you, counsel. The court waived formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Ms. Taylor, the court scheduling a pretrial date you must attend this Friday, October the 9th. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court, in front of Judge Garrett. That hearing will be heard via Zoom if you're able to make bond, Ms. Taylor. That's an off-site streaming technology. If you're able to make bond, you'll get information on how to connect for that hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time, understood?
Yes.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered. This is a capious bond as to bond.
Your Honor, misdemeanor, is this misdemeanor?
This is the capious bond on the misdemeanor, 3 misdemeanor allegations, yes.
On case ending in 801.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Your Honor, I'm asking because you brought to my attention that Judge Garrett has approved that a $500 personal bond should be given on the misdemeanor charge, Your Honor.
Okay, and that's just in my discretion because this capious bond was a 510% $50 bond, which the court was inclined to adopt.
So yes, as of this morning, Judge Garrett has approved $500 personal bond. This entry up.
Okay, and that's okay. And that's something that I apologize. When you spoke to Judge Garrett, that's something that he gave the court discretion to do.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Only on the misdemeanor.
Thank you. Ms. Taylor, okay, anything else as to bond?
Yes, sir. My client is 30 years old, mom of 5, tried to come to court before but was denied at the door, Your Honor. Lifetime resident of Detroit with children, has no prior.
When, I apologize to cut you off, counsel. When did she try to come to court? What date?
Ms. Taylor? Do you remember the date that you tried to come down to court?
Yes, it was October 1st.
Okay, and you said it that Judge Garrett wants a 500 personal bond?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Ms. Taylor, it's very important that you show up to court, and that hearing is going to be heard via Zoom on October 9th. You understand that? And you'll get information how to connect for that hearing via Zoom. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Taylor, when you fail to appear and the court considers the circumstances and the current epidemic facing the nation and the information provided by counsel that you appeared on or about October 1st and was denied at the door. It's your responsibility to appear on time. If you fail to do so, you're likely to get locked up just for not showing up. So you must appear on time via Zoom, understood?
Yes.
And during this bond, Ms. Taylor, the court considers the ties to the community, information placed on the record, the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as the information alleged investigators report. During this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and absolutely no contact with Lamont Starks. No contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Lamont Starks. Understood? Thank you. And given the information placed on the record by Sister Counsel, the judge, I believe her or her colleagues have spoke to Judge Garrett this morning, and Judge Garrett has indicated that he would like a bond to be placed in the amount of $500 personal bond on this matter. You're going to get a personal bond, Ms. Taylor. No contact as stated, no weapons, and make sure to make the court date via Zoom. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So thank you. So this needs to be changed. It was a capious, but it just needs to go to a personal bond. Okay, 1 second, Ms. Taylor. You have an additional file. 1 second. And this is in regards to 200558887 People State of Michigan versus Sierra Taylor, identified in the complaint as defendant 1. Counsel?
Justice Shaw, on behalf of the defendant, Taylor, who is reading under the constitutional rights and
Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court dates in a moment as for the bond.
Your Honor, my client, again, 30 years old, mom of 5. She's employed at Checkers. Your Honor, this incident appears to be from January 31st of this year. It's been about 10 months. The complaining witness and my client share children together, Your Honor. To understand the no contact order. Respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond. I understand this is very serious. However, there is some age to it. My understanding that would be the complaining witness doesn't want to proceed. However, I believe my client has had time to cool down. My client did try to come to court before, Your Honor. In a way, I don't believe she is at slight risk. But given the pandemic's longness, for personal bond.
Thank you. And you indicate she was employed at Checkers. Is she working now, or?
Ms. Taylor, I'm still, yes.
Thank you both. Ms. Taylor, court is entering a plea of not guilty and scheduling 2 court dates you must attend. A probable cause, October the 15th. That's a Thursday. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Thursday, October 22nd. Both 8:30 a.m. 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Both of those court hearings, as stated with the other matter, will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect if you're able to make bond, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes.
Ms. Taylor, the court takes consideration the information provided by your counsel, your ties to the community, the lack of capious history other than the latter matter that's been placed on the record, but it appears you appeared on that matter personally and were denied at the door. Otherwise, the court's unaware of any capious history or convictions or allegations of assault. The court knows the current epidemic facing the nation, your current employment status as it relates to ability to post bond.
Yes.
Okay. So, Miss Taylor, on the other matter, ma'am, the first matter, the court's changing the court date. It's not the first matter that we just handled where I gave you a personal bond. That's not going to be this Friday, October 9th. It's going to be October the 28th, which is Wednesday. That's still going to be in front of Judge Garrett, and you will be released on a personal bond on the latter matter, but the court date is moved back to October 28th, 8:30. That will be heard via Zoom in front of Judge Garrett. Understood?
Yes.
And then on this matter, Ms. Taylor, the court dates are staying the same. October 15th, probable cause hearing. October 22nd, preliminary examination. Both 8:30 a.m., both in front of Judge Archer, will be heard via Zoom. Is that understood?
Yes.
Thank you. And given the information placed on the record, Ms. Taylor, the epidemic facing the nation, your employment status as stated by counsel as relates to ability to post bond, the ties to the community, current epidemic facing the nation, the court takes into consideration, as well as the serious allegations before the court, assaultive allegation, as well as the allegations set forth in the investigator's report, which are very concerning regarding the safety of Ms. Starks. For those reasons, during this bond, Ms. Taylor, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and do not go to the premises or area of 20266 Bradford, Detroit, Michigan. Understood?
Yes, sir.
And thank you. Absolutely no contact with Brianna Starks. No contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Ms. Starks. Understood?
Yes, sir.
For the concerns the court has regarding the information alleged in the investigator's report, bond on this matter set in the amount $6,510%. Good luck, Ms. Taylor.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you. DDC, I appreciate you this morning. Great job as always. Do we have any males or females that you're aware of that can't wait till the afternoon?
We should be good till this afternoon, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Enjoy your afternoon. Be safe, sir. Thanks. All right, so we're still live on YouTube. We just had the one left from Wayne County, and they said they're about to call up. They're probably interviewing them right now. 65, 65, 65. What do you want, a fruit cup or both? Cheese or fruit? Just cheese. Mika? Okay. Alana, can she have some of your cheese? If she wants any. Or fruit cup or apple cider. Would you like anything, ma'am? Fruit cup? We have approved. You want peach, pear, or mandarin orange?
Whatever you grab, Your Honor.
They're all together, whatever you like. Peach? Okay, just a second. Love, do you like anything?
Denise. Jamaica. What did she buy? It's no courtroom today. Ain't no courtroom.
I mean, you want me to just send them to the afternoon? Because they're trying to figure out what happened. They didn't get on the calendar first. Now they found this. Now they got to find the body and all this other stuff. So you want me to just have them try to put it
Here you go.
after?
Your Honor.
Yeah.
So do you want to try to do that afternoon?
Which one?
And the OC.
No, how long will it take? I'd rather get it done. But it's up to you, girls. I just don't know how, you never know about the afternoon.
Because I thought they don't do it in the afternoon. That's what I thought.
Right, that's what I was told too.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to tight up them. I didn't know
What
if
you
y'all
time
just
here?
sit there working.
What you time here?
I mean, I thought they did do it in the afternoon, right? That's what they always say. That's why they always put them in the morning. But, I mean.
Oh. No, I think it's the jail that does it in the afternoon.
So it's just these.
Yeah.
You want to wait? You want to wait?
You mean like, wait, like, are they gonna call right now, or you talking about like afternoon, like 2:30?
No, they're trying to get folks in place, because he probably is not still there.
Okay, so, that sounds like 2:30 to me, because I'm not about to sit right here.
But have them interviewed right now. If we could have them interviewed right now, so we could at least be prepared for 2:30.
Okay.
So go ahead and bring them and have them interviewed, and then we'll see what time they finish interviewing and just take them there, I guess.
Okay.
Thank
You
you.
want to do 2:30?
No, I want them to be interviewed right now if possible, and then we can just check and see how long that takes them. If they can get it done quickly, then I'd like to go ahead and arraign them.
But if she said they're not even located, so if
Right.
they be interviewed right
Right, but, well, if they could find them and at least interview them right now, that'd be nice, because I anticipate the same issues that we're gonna have this afternoon on them. So, however you guys wanna proceed is fine with me, doesn't matter to me, I'll be here. So whatever's easiest for all of you, I apologize for even saying anything. Go ahead, whatever's good for you guys. Whatever works. Don't matter. Love. I don't even know why I didn't even lead with this morning. I've been meaning to tell you. Guess what I had for lunch yesterday? Something other, I think it's called crispy crunchy chicken. Yeah.
How you want to do it?
Is that the name of it? Yeah, good stuff. Well, I had the chicken strips. I had that chicken liquor store chicken.
Yeah, it's called, we call it crack chicken.
I can see why.
You like them?
It was good. I just had the chicken strips. Of course, they came with it, and that thing was like full of honey.
Well, the biscuit was like ice.
That's not bad. So, how many chicken strips you normally get? I got 4. 4 good-sized chicken strips and a little biscuit for like $5, for like 5 and change, which is a good deal. If you want chicken strips, I mean, I don't know where to get better chicken strips around here. That's probably the best chicken strips around here. Yeah, they're thick. They're tasty. They got they're nice, thick white meat. It's not dried at all. Their little home sauce is good. Their biscuits good.
That's what Marcia ate of mine that day I was down here.
You didn't want to put it in our stack up here, our pile? Our trash heap? It gets a little bit higher, we're gonna turn it into a golf course.
Why not? Because I need some milk. No, you don't. I don't know what.
Well, we waiting on one person, right?
Yep.
No, Connie, you waiting on one person.
I can't worry about it.
I was in here holding my own while you was back there prepping. So I was holding my own.
Up top, you was doing all right up there. Good job.
That's right.
It's the easy part, the prepping is not, it's the hardest. Oh, okay, I'll make sure I tell George. You can handle the bag, you can handle the prepping by yourself. I let her know.
Who prepped today? Because the prep was perfect. Who did that?
I did.
That's it. Top A plus. You put the locations in there. You put the people. The thing. It's the best prep I've ever seen. The best. A plus. A plus prepper.
I was thinking, I guess we're kind of short today, so Tamika did.
You done this short-handed?
Tamika was in a
Impressive.
courtroom this morning, because she's supposed to be at the women's this morning, but they had her in another courtroom.
You've already done another courtroom before you come in here?
Until 10, about 10:15. So that's why I had them having a file, so,
Tamika brought those files in on time, a little bit early actually. Yep, a little early.
Yeah, that's because
A plus.
I asked her to bring them on her way out to smoke.
Right, I see y'all. I ain't gonna do that.
All right, see you later, folks.
You know
Good
what?
love.
Have a good day.
You're not coming back for real, Ski?
I was, but I'm not.
That makes me feel so awful. You don't want me out.
Huh? Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely. Absolutely, dude.
I was gonna come back at the lunch break.
Why not? Did you tell Claudia about your hair incident?
Oh, no.
What?
We're live on YouTube.
I'm a censor what I say. I was at Walmart, and somebody was like,
Yesterday.
Oh, so you touched her hair?
but I was with Daniel. and
Tell her the whole story.
I was with Daniel. and
It's on your
It's on your face. Wow.
I was on one side of the aisle and he was on the other side. So this guy walked up to me and was like, yeah,
You tell him.
And he's like, oh my God, nigga, you're gonna touch it. Oh, see. And I couldn't.
How bold is that?
Say nothing like,
Why would you do that?
girl, that's.
Why would you do that?
Because why would you touch it? Why would you do that?
But you didn't even like wait for an answer though. You just.
Why would you even ask? Much less touch it. Like, why would you even ask?
And then he was like, oh my bad.
It don't matter if I was by myself, don't touch me.
Right, like that.
Don't even talk to me. Don't even ask me. Don't you know there's a pandemic going on? Like, steer clear, sir.
I like it.
Let her get out of Walmart people there.
If you decide to come back, we'll be waiting on you, love, if you want to come back this year.
I mean, just why would you do that?
Exactly. What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
People are just. I don't know about people.
I know somebody from this lady I was playing at Wild Bill. Girl, she was kind of so close. They got the markers on the floor, but say you.
I already know we're going on that.
Oh yeah. So girl, I kept doing like this, like
I do that every time.
I kept doing like this, like I didn't want to say that, but my facial expression was like, lady, why are you so close to me?
I was like that before the pandemic. I would turn around and say, why are you so close to me? Don't you understand the nature of lines? Like, you cannot go in front of me until I go.
You gotta wait until I'm done.
Yeah, you being close to me doesn't do anything. There's people in front of me. Like,
I said that in the liquor store. I shouldn't be telling y'all where I was at, but that's where I was.
I'm like, lady.
right.
I was like, social distance.
I didn't even say that. I just kept looking at her like, lady.
Everybody does. So what I do now is when I'm in line, I'll have to get in front of my cart because they'll come so close to you. At least I got the carts this, and I just pull it from the front when I'm in line.
Yeah.
It's bar none. If I am in the back, they'll come up as close as they can to you.
He had one thing. But he was like this, girl. I felt like the box like on my back. So I turned around, I was like, can you move back? I was like, what? Yeah, move back. You too close.
Please.
If no item is touching me, you are too close.
Way too close.
Take it. I'm sick of them. It's gonna take a while. 2:30. Somebody don't have keys to get to where they're doing lunch hour shifts and we are too. Okay, 2:30. Yeah, okay, yeah.
That was MDOC.
Okay, thanks.
That was MDOC, Claudia.
Yeah.
Okay. So we still got the one from Division 1 then.
Yeah, so we was at Home Depot and man, this nigga was behind us. He was like, the man was running. He was like, yeah, you can hear that. Yeah.
You too close.
I told Claudia that when this happened, that guy at Home Depot turned, bent, he was in front of me. He turned and looked at me, bent over into my basket and goes, coughed 3 times with open mouth with no mask on, in my basket, head down like this, and then looked at me, smiled, and then stood up. And then just got out of line and left.
Oh, my. Oh,
Oh, there's so many things going through my mind. But that's what he wanted, was a confrontation. Like, I mean, what am I going to do?
Then you gonna get one.
Well, and then it would have turned into a whole attack. I've never seen nothing like that in my life. He turned, put his head all the way into my basket, and open mouth coughed like 3 times.
I just left that basket right there.
It had something that only one of I thought the same thing. It had one thing. It was a flower plant.
Oh, no, see.
And that's the only one they had. Oh my god. And some of the stuff I was getting from my mom. I'm just like, I'm delivering this to my mom, and here you are coughing all over it. It is. And he didn't even have nothing. He was standing in line just to do that, had nothing in his hands. And then after that, he got out of line and just left. Man, this is teamwork this morning.
Is it?
Teamwork. It's like synchronized swimming.
I am working. Don't start.
USA. USA. It's like you guys are Olympic teammates.
No. Okay.
That's okay.
We did not have a discussion.
Okay. Yeah, we did. We sure did.
Like, I just put those fruit cups in the fridge this morning. They were in a box. I just bought them yesterday, so I don't know how chill they are.
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Cause you're not getting no more. No, that's why.
It's your cheese snack. It's been in the fridge since yesterday. Pumpkin.
Hater. He's like, don't give her. She can't have nothing else.
Why?
Cause that's my stuff.
I'll need written approval. Yeah, now I'm gonna need written approval.
He has meat that I want to share with you, and I choose not to.
Do you want me to give this to you later? I guess. She said that, I guess, like, we processed by some bill for her. They were those 2 tickets. They both said $285. She paid that, or she paid that. It said pay. And then this one, she got her paper says $285. But in the system, I guess she ran her away on the court set, and it says $350. Okay, there's her phone number. She paid that one, and then that one.
Okay.
I share.
No.
I was not talking you fucking hater. I was not talking about him. No, I wasn't talking about my hood.
I got something, Kevin. You ain't gonna even know about it.
Yes, I will, cause he's not, how you gonna get it? He's not gonna get it.
I can say something to you. You don't know. You got a phone number for you?
I do too.
I do too. I love that song. I know the whole song by her.
Let me hear you sing it.
I'll be bumping that in the car. I like the song he sung together with Beyonce.
Do they know? Should I check and see if they know we're doing this? What do you think? You think they know we're doing this Division 1? Or is that one gonna go till 2:32? No, they were interviewing them when we stopped. Let me check with them.
What's that, Eugene Conley?
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't have it on their list.
Hey, Phil. Did you guys get an interview on Eugene Conley, or did you get a chance to interview him?
No, I'm waiting. They said they were calling in to me in a few minutes. We got a camera fit. I'm still sitting here. But they gonna put the other one in the afternoon.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the NDOC, yeah, we know about that one, but.
Yeah, I'm still sitting. I'm still waiting.
Okay, well, we're sitting in here, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.